Assassin's Creed has been a staple in the gaming industry for a decade. There's not a game currently on the market that can match the open world, parkour, and stealth formula quite like Ubisoft. While I heap its praise, I have to admit, the franchise is slowly becoming watered down, and besides a few gameplay improvements, they haven't taken any huge risks like the community would like to see. That is, until now. Back in September at the Assassin's Creed Showcase, Ubisoft announced 4 projects that they were working on. These 4 being Mirage, and 3 other projects with code names being Red, Hex, and Jade, the mobile game. The final project is a partnership with Netflix to bring an Assassin's Creed series. Now this could be interesting. I know the movies in the past have, well, not been really good. With Ubisoft giving us an insight on what the future holds, they received mostly positive feedback from the community, and with Mirage being the only project with a name and release date attached to it, I figured it would be safe to cover it. What has me so excited about Mirage is that it will be returning to the roots of what made the franchise so popular, going for the more traditional stealth and grounded approach rather than the open world RPGs made in recent years. Don't get me wrong, Valhalla, Odyssey, and Origins were good RPG games in their own way, with a huge open world to explore, role-playing elements that kept the game fresh and exciting, and hours worth of content. Now, while they weren't Game of the Year contenders, I have to admit, they offer a fun and compelling experience. Now, I do have a few concerns about Mirage. One of the first ones being, it's been 7 to 8 years since we had an Assassin's Creed game that doesn't offer the RPG elements of its recent predecessors. I'm assuming that this will turn off some of the newer fans to the series. A lot of them are used to the RPG elements. They've also been kind of used to the gear score. Another concern is what design or gameplay mechanics will be added or renovated to separate itself from its previous games. For instance, my favorite Assassin's Creed game is Black Flag, and what kept me hooked was the pirate thing. Battling ships, having a crew, raiding fortresses. You could tell the devs knew what game they wanted to make and it executed it. What theme or designs will be implemented into Mirage that will make it unique? My third and final concern is, with the absence of the RPG elements, what will progression look like? Now, I'm sure Ubisoft will figure out a way to make this work. This isn't the first Assassin's Creed game without RPG elements. It's going to be real interesting to see how Ubisoft attacks this. These are just some of the concerns I can think of at the top of my head that could make or break the game. So what do we know about Mirage so far? There was an article that dropped last week from Tech Radar going over some of the details on what you can expect from Mirage. I'm not going to go over every single thing, but if you guys are interested and want to check it out, I'll drop it down below for you guys. Mirage will take place in Baghdad 20 years before Valhalla. Mirage initially started off as a spin-off from Valhalla and then turned into its own game, and it uses the same game engine. Gameplay wise, we can expect 15 to 20 hours. Now, I don't know if that is just all of the main storyline or if that includes side quests, contracts, things of that nature. Mirage will use the same parkour mechanics similar to Assassin's Creed Unity. Another important gameplay detail, Baghdad is currently the only city in the game, and it is split into 4 zones, with each zone containing a boss or important target. Also, assassination contracts will be returning. That was a feature in Assassin's Creed 2 as well as Brotherhood. And then one more detail what I thought was pretty cool. Last month, a small DLC named The Last Chapter, I don't know if you guys know, it released for all Valhalla owners and it was free. There is a quest line where you cooperate with the main character in Mirage who goes by Rashan. Now this is pretty neat, I have to admit. I don't think there's any game that has done something like this. So if you want an early kind of look into what the character has to offer, you can go and check that DLC out right now called The Last Chapter. So my final thoughts, I'm excited. I think this is a great idea to go back to where it all started with the roots. I mean, I'll never forget when I was 12, 13 years old and I picked up the very first Assassin's Creed game with Ezio. Just the sheer amount of excitement I got from playing that game was just amazing. I think Ubisoft is very smart. Here's why. You launch 4 projects. One project in BM Mirage for your original fans. Another project in Red, I think, is going to go back to the RPG style. And also the setting in that game, I think is in Japan. And Jade, which will be coming out for all mobile users. And then also the Netflix series. I think this is a great idea. I think Ubisoft is accommodating to each audience member. I think Ubisoft has taken notice on how their franchise has grown over the years, and now that a solid plan is in place, it's up for them to execute. You guys let me know in the comments how you feel about the future of the franchise and what you think of Mirage after hearing a few details. Are you excited, or do you feel as though it will be another Ubisoft disappointment? Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, share it to a friend, and subscribe. Peace.